A woman in Florida was shot and killed by a police officer in a class about police procedures. The chief called the death of 73-year-old Mary Knowlton a horrible accident. It happened in Punta Gorda, about 75 miles south of Tampa. David Begnaud is there with the investigation. David, good morning.
Dana, good morning. The entire police department is surrounded in police tape. Behind me, there's a blue tent on the back property of the police department, and that is where we're told this 73-year-old lady was shot and killed in what's being described as a horrible accident. Here's how the scenario usually goes. The officer plays the bad guy. The civilian plays the officer. In this case, the 73-year-old lady walked up to what was believed to be the bad guy, the officer, and he shot her. He should have been using blank rounds, but instead he had live ammo in his weapon. It happened just before 7 p.m. Tuesday night at the Punta Gorda Public Safety Complex. Mary Knowlton was among about 35 people taking part in the city's 8-week Citizen Police Academy.
2 participants were randomly selected to be put through a shoot, don't shoot scenario in which they would make decisions on using simulated lethal force in a live role play. During the first scenario, in a horrible accident, participant Mary Knowlton was mistakenly struck with a live round.
The elderly victim was transported to a local hospital and pronounced dead. Her son gave a statement to CBS News saying, quote, "This is a devastating time for us. My mom was a saint, such a tremendous loss of a wonderful human being, and the best mom a kid could ever hope for."
Our entire police department and all of our city leaders are absolutely devastated for everyone involved in this unimaginable event.
Knowlton was reportedly shot several times. That's according to a photographer who was covering the event for the Charlotte Sun. Knowlton was active in the Punta Gorda community, volunteering as a board member for her local library group.
Everyone involved is in a state of overwhelming shock and grief.
The officer who fired those live rounds is on paid administrative leave this morning. One of the questions people want to know is, why was a real gun being used in a fake situation? Gail, I have to tell you, in speaking with the police spokesman this morning, she conveyed to me that this is a really small community. And the lady who died here was known to everybody, including the police department, who knew her personally. So they say even for the law enforcement, it's a personal, devastating loss.
I'll say her son describes her as a saint, but you raise a really good question. What was a live gun doing there? Thank you, David.